You are watching the NCAA Softball Regionals. It's presented by Capital One. Regional Finals Sunday on the campus of the University of Florida. It's Georgia Tech and the number 6 national seed Florida. Two teams that have worked tirelessly to reach this stage this weekend.
These two teams are incredible.
Ball game over. Florida advances to the regional final. The number 6 national seed takes care of business again. That's popped up. Maybe playable. Makes a catch. Georgia Tech wins. They are moving on to their first regional final. And so it's Florida and it's Georgia Tech for the second time this weekend and the 4th time this season overall. These Gators, they have the upper hand. All they need to do is win one game today in this double elimination regional round for Georgia Tech. They've got to best this number 6 national seed twice today in order to punch its ticket to its first super regional in more than a decade and a half. Welcome upstairs. That's Nicole Mendez, the 2-time national champ at Oklahoma and Olympian as well. Kevin Fitzgerald with you. We expected that we would see the aces of both of these staffs today in this for Florida winner go home and Georgia Tech winner go home battle. It's exactly what we're getting.
You're right, Kevin. That's exactly what we're getting. Both of these pitchers, they have been the heartbeat of this team. But whenever I look at Keegan Rothrock, I look at somebody who has been so effective. A lot of swing and misses, high strikeout rates, but also well-rested. And that's going to be a tough battle to build for Georgia Tech, because whenever she is on and she's throwing her stuff, her spin, her movement, not to mention rise ball changeup duo, that is hard to beat. But if anybody is going to do it, it's going to be Johnson in the circle for Georgia Tech. Her energy has been the stabilizer. I feel like in those moments that have gotten so big, she has been so consistent. She's gotten even bigger in those bigger moments. I mean, the defense right there, some PFP. All right, Madeline Johnson, the passion. I love to see it.
Johnson with consecutive complete game victories this weekend. She's only the 2nd ever Georgia Tech pitcher to do that in postseason play. Her numbers are terrific. Rothrock, 8 shutout frames. And so it is the top performer for each of these teams going head-to-head in our first game, maybe of 2 today. A regional final is coming up in Gainesville. It's warm, it's sunny, it's hot. Temperature in the high 80s for this first of maybe 2 regional final games in Gainesville, Florida. This is Eileen Morales' lineup card. These Jackets, they need this one or else their season is over. Reese Hunter drove in what proved to be the go-ahead run in that second elimination game yesterday to vault the Jackets to this regional final. Their first, Nicole, in 16 years.
You look at this lineup and the way that the production has come, it has come from multiple different players all throughout this regional. They have stepped up big time, and that's what they're going to need to do. We talked about it the first time we saw this matchup with Rothrock in the circle. Your offense has to find a way to figure out how to hit that rise ball, how to adjust to that off speed, because Florida is known for their offense.
The numbers speak for themselves for this junior from Whiteland, Indiana, the battle-tested go-to All-American arm for the Gators, who's pitching a third straight game she has started this weekend. Misses outside here to Alyssa Willer to get this thing started. We are underway. Florida again has the upper hand. All it needs to do is win once today. They'll get 2 shots at it. 1-0 to Willer. Turned in that all-conference season this year for Georgia Tech and hit .376 to this point. Yesterday slammed that solo homer that got the scoring started against Texas State, a team they eliminated yesterday evening. Rothrock has been just about untouchable this weekend. 3 no-hit innings in Friday's win against Florida A&M, and yesterday the complete game shutout. A 5-inning run rule victory against Georgia Tech. Can't find the zone here to begin the ball game, and Willer works a walk. Holly Medina to hit in a moment. There's only 2 other pitchers in America with more wins than Keegan Rothrock, who has returned to All-American form this season in her junior year.
This junior year version of Rothrock has just been next level, and I feel like whenever you come out as a freshman and we got to see her really shine on the biggest stage, she didn't really know what to expect. But now as a junior, you know what to expect, you know how to manage, but also you know the strategy and the IQ of the game as a pitcher has gone up exponentially. You see it in the way that she has her pitcher's pitches. She's controlling her counts.
Has matured, developed, grown in all facets. And so she's out ahead of Holly Medina. That's the junior from Hesperia, California. And had a really fine debut season. Her first year with the Jackets. Hitless, though, this weekend. Rothrock trying to put her away. Delivers. That's tapped right back to her. Could start a double play. And Cahalan that time with the speedy Medina says we'll get her another time. 1 away. They do cut down the lead runner.
Another thing that Florida has really leaned on is the arm of Rothrock because of the pitching depth. Ava Brown, typically the #2 starter, just injury earlier on in the season really changed the dynamic of what that bullpen looks like. And so there is that wisdom that has come with being an upperclassman of how to manage.
Grayson Tucker is the most skilled hitter in the order. She flies out, so there's 2 away. Yeah, the usage, it's back up there. It is very high this year for Rothrock, as she has had to log close to 200 innings to this point. And you alluded to it. Her freshman year burst onto the scene, was one of the stars of that College World Series semifinal run for Florida. Last season, had some nagging injuries and setbacks, didn't throw as many innings as her freshman year, but the usage has been high once again this season. Addison Leschber takes that for a strike. And the numbers that she posted were just very impressive. That's topped, foul back behind the plate. I think the word that we heard her mention several times to you when you asked her about her evolution was just the maturity. With every year, with every month, every game, every opportunity, she matured and developed. 1-2. That's top to the right side. First inning is over. So this explosive Gators offense hits for the first time in this regional final. Next, a win away from the Supers. It's a warm, steamy, early Sunday afternoon. Regional final, game 1 in Gainesville. This is Tim Walton's lineup card. It's brought to you by Capital One. These Gators were top 10 in the nation in all of the important offensive statistical categories. Erickson, the AUSL first-round draft choice, 4 for 5 this weekend.
Well, so whenever you look at her, this is the 5th time that Florida has faced Georgia Tech this year. She's batting .625 against them in their matchup. So she is the hitter that you have starred, underlined. There's a lot of them in that Florida offense, but that's the one you want to get out, and it's going to be Johnson who's going to get the pick in the circle, just really working to get her team just past this game. You get one more, you get the second. What she does best is work her screwball, 2 different speeds. Saw it very effective against Texas State yesterday. That is what is going to be effective against this Florida offense. I mean, their bats, so much power. So if you can get them out in front, get them to leave their legs behind, she's going to be in a really great position.
Taylor Shoemaker, the sophomore from Fullerton, homer to the opening win against Florida A&M. Gets another crack at Johnson, who has shined this weekend. One of the top performers of the ACC this year in her first postseason, has been excellent. Shoemaker goes with that pitch. Willer having trouble with it. It's a leadoff double for this lethal Florida offense.
The feeling that I have gotten from Florida this entire regional, 2 run rule victories already, but they are coming out and attacking early in counts. This is a very good screwball by Johnson. Just a second pitch of her at bat. But Shoemaker does a great job keeping her hands high and elevated. It's not a screwball down at the knees, but a little bit higher, being able to stay all the way through.
And remember, second straight day that this Gator offense now is facing Georgia Tech. They have faced Johnson earlier this year. It was back in February. It's the first time that they face this really good sophomore. New single season record for doubles. That's impressive. You saw the number, 113 now for Florida. Jocelyn Erickson, that's the senior from Phoenix, thrived in her final year in Gainesville. She has undoubtedly returned back to All-American form. Was an All-American 2 years ago on that national semifinal team. Something about just that one last ride. And she has been locked in all season long. Takes that a little tight. Did it clip the arm guard? Or rather, that was ball 4. Pardon me. It didn't clip the arm guard.
I think it just missed, but that was, to your point, a really tight pitch in on the hands of Erickson. We talked about the success that she has seen against Georgia Tech. It doesn't matter what pitcher comes up. Erickson, she has been so productive, so I don't blame them for straight balls. I don't blame them for pitching around that zone. Not trying to give her too much, but one thing to be wary of, Ava Brown. Again, we talked about the loss of her in the circle, but in the box as a hitter this postseason, she has gotten red hot, and that is why she is behind Erickson for situations like these.
Well, she squares to butt, so how about this? Put a little pressure on Hunter to make the play. And so in this win and advance game for Florida, they want to ensure they've got a couple of runners in scoring position. Look at Brown, by the way, is fired up.
I was about to say the crowd is fired up, just doing your job. And IQ here, moving that runners over to second and third with now only one out. A ball through the infield scores one, if not two, with the speed of Florida.
Townsend Thomas hits. Cleanup hitter, landed on the all-conference team and thrived in SEC play. Redshirted last year, so first year on the field for the Humboldt, Texas native. Look at the batting average. And she hit over 360 in league play as well. That really speaks to her prowess. Are you saying, look, anybody can hit a homer, put down a second? You know, that's really takes some skill there.
I think it requires having a team mindset. Again, anybody, especially this year, can hit a homer, but team mindset right there is how do I put them in the best position?
Thomas hits it hard, but foul down the line. So that one bounced over the double base. It was hugging the chalk.
This is a pitch that is tight in on the hands. Thomas does a great job handling that one. It's a hard pitch to keep fair, and she almost does it.
It's a shaky start for Johnson. Thomas bounces it. This should bring in a run. Wow, for a moment there, Duffel thought about coming home. So Thomas is out. There's two gone. 1-0 Florida, though, in the win and advanced regional final for the Gators. Remember, they got to this part unscathed. So they're one win away. That's it from advancing.
Could have been bad for Georgia Tech. Great communication behind the plate by Hunter, redirecting Duffel to go over to first base. If you are thinking home on that ball, you have to charge much harder. So great communication behind the plate. Hunter, the senior for Georgia Tech, she has been such a leader, not only having that go-ahead hit to put them out in front of Texas State yesterday in that winner go-home game, but also just the way that she's able to keep her pitcher, keep her defense right in the middle of the game.
Very poised senior catcher. Cahalan yesterday took Sydney Watts deep on the 11th pitch of this at-bat. Cahalan, the senior from Trussville, Alabama. One of the leaders and one of the tone setters for this experienced, seasoned Florida team that, Nicole, you know, they have begun another quest to get back to Oklahoma City. Tim Walton, the longtime successful boss, has guided this team there each of the last 2 seasons and 3 out of the last 4. They are Oklahoma City regulars at this point. And it feels like they certainly have a strong enough team to get back there again in 2026. They've got the 1-0 lead, and you got a runner at third as well. That's Erickson. And so Cahalan, trying to bring her home, has worked the count full against Johnson. It's been a little bit of an inauspicious start for the sophomore from Powhatan, Virginia, who is one of the top performers of the ACC this year statistically. Payoff just off the outside edge. Johnson is frustrated. Hunter's calling time immediately. That time Johnson put her hands on her head. And showed some frustration. Hunter walking everybody over to the circle, and Morales is going to come out as well.
This is a pitch that goes over the zone. And I understand this frustration from Johnson, I do, but at the same time, we have seen it all throughout this regional. Whenever you put yourself in that pass moment of what just happened and you can't rebound from that quickly, especially with a team like Florida, it's going to be really hard to stay in that present moment. And I think Morales coming out, talking to her infield, talking to her defense, this is giving her pitcher just that extra moment to put herself back in the present. And defensively, whenever you look at where the runners are on bases, first and third, a lot of opportunity for those drag bunts, a lot of opportunity for the delayed steal, the straight steal. So there's situation that Morales is trying to create here.
Yeah, very clever to say, let's get all on the same page here. You don't want any more to come home. Morales, 9th season as the head coach. She's guided this program to consecutive tournaments now. She's a Georgia Tech Hall of Famer herself, was one of the better players in program history, played there in the late 2000s. They haven't been to a super regional since 2009. They have an opportunity. There's a big swing and a rip off of Kendall Grover's bat. Willer's got it for the final out. The Gators strike first. It's 1-0 in the regional final. The wildest of all wild games unfolded yesterday. Ole Miss had an 8-0 lead with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th in Lubbock. And these Red Raiders somehow miraculously scored 8 runs with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th to force extras. And this sacrifice fly plated the winning run astoundingly for the number 11 national seed. They sent Ole Miss to the elimination game later that night. The Rebels bounced back and won, so they'll play Texas Tech later today in the regional final. Have you ever seen a game quite like that? Shutout for the first 6 2/3 innings, and they somehow come back and win it. By the way, Oregon, the lone national seed that was eliminated on Saturday, and you've got a handful of others that are going to have to win twice today. Several out of the ACC. Florida State, Duke. You saw Texas A&M as well. What in the world happened in Lubbock yesterday? Whoa.
Talk about being locked in, not giving up until the inning is over. 2 outs, 8 runs.
Look, you've been in a dugout where you're down to your final strikes out. How do you stay? That's a all right. Fold it up. We'll get them. We'll have to get them tomorrow. To score 8 runs, it's one thing to be down a couple of runs, but never seen something like that before. Cahalan records the out here. Hunter retired. It'll be Vukadinovic and Gailey to face Rothrock here in the top half of the second. I mean, what's the biggest come-from-behind moment in your Oklahoma career? I'd be curious how it compares to that, just totally up against the wall.
Well, it was postseason, of course. There's always those upsets. There's always those crazy games. But I think back to my freshman year in our regional, we lost our very first game of the regional. I had to battle all the way back. And we're in that first game in that regional final, much like Georgia Tech is right now. But knowing that you're down by several runs, you're down to your last out, down to your last strike, how do you stay in the bat? Don't think about what else is going on. How do you stay present? And I think regionals, postseason, the emotions, especially for upperclassmen, the threat of that taking over and taking you out of the present, taking you out of focusing on what your task is. Your task is to get the job done. Your task is to hit the ball hard. The players that can keep themselves locked in, and not just the one who's up to the plate. Like you said, 8 runs. That does not come from one swing, one hitter. That comes from an entire team, a lineup, a dugout being locked in. And we did go on to win a national championship that year.
I was just going to say, you guys might as well thank North Dakota State for waking something up. I just pulled it up, and I'm sitting here going, hold on a second. You lost the first game of a national championship season.
Oh, it's funny.
Goodness.
I'm on the other side now.
2-2 is on the way to Vukadinovic. Golfs this one deep out to right, and McClellan has it. So Rothrock, after walking the first hitter, has retired the next 5 here. That is a little footnote in history I was unaware of, because you guys won it in 2017. It's a thank you, Bison, for lighting a fire, evidently.
I mean, that had a fantastic pitcher who threw a great game, but again, being on the other side of it now, we kept hearing from all media platforms, ESPN, from fans. Chances were low, but if you stay in and you fight until the end, that is what it takes to be a national champion, whether you're Florida or Georgia Tech, and both of them fighting to advance to a super here today.
First down, we'll tee you up for that. The number 6 national seed won their first 2 games in run rule fashion. 7 straight, by the way, for Tim Walton's Gators now in this regional round. That stretches back to 2024 when they went to the national semis. And so their quest for another trip to Oklahoma City well underway. They've been to the last 2, 3 out of the last 4. Walton's Gators are regulars in the Women's College World Series. And they've got not 1, but 2 national championships. They went back-to-back, 2014, 2015. We start the home second. Cassidy McClellan did get hit. Madeline Johnson was tested in that first inning. Gators got one and a number of players on base.
Well, what she was trying to do differently is to go tight inside. And you can see how pumped she is to get a hit any way to get on base. And I feel like Florida, especially this game so far, they've celebrated those little things that might seem like, oh yeah, she got on base. But those add up. And I think that's why you see that stat line of 7 consecutive run rule wins, not victories, run rule wins in these regionals that Florida has had.
And it's overwhelming. It's just an overwhelming amount of talent. Ella Wesolowski's back behind the plate today. Tucker trying to start the double play on to first. It's a 5-4-3 double play. Well, that could be not just a mood booster, maybe a momentum shifter if you're Georgia Tech. Because this Gator offense, they're going to keep coming at you. 2 gone here. Well done.
Well, look at the pitch location, tight in on the hands. Johnson, she is known for her screwball. And typically you'll see her go with the rise ball, then pepper in the screw to get that final strike. But she has been attacking these Florida hitters in on the hand. She does not want to see their hands get out in front. So far, she's done a good job this inning.
So Gabby Comia, that's the number 9 hitter, the everyday second baseman from Indiana, hits with now nobody on. Hits it hard, and it chops right over Leshber's head. Comia, no hesitation here. That is a double. She's struggled at the plate this weekend. She's got another hit.
Get the production from Florida offense. To your point, she has struggled in the plate. But whenever you get a rise ball up and in as a lefty, your body automatically is wanting to turn that way. So she's able to get that barrel around, keep it fair. And with her speed, as soon as you see anything down the line, especially as a lefty, you're automatically thinking that's a double, if not a triple.
And so that is the second double, one time through the order for Florida. Shoemaker, who's at the plate, has the other. So she scored that lone run in the bottom half of the first inning. 17 homers now for Shoemaker after she went deep on Friday. So that is the probably the gaudiest of numbers for Florida. It's that home run total. Top 10 in the nation in this very offensive 2026 season. Top 10 in the nation in homers these days and this season. It hits a little different. Although I suppose everybody is a very far second to UCLA and Oklahoma. There it goes. Goodbye. 2-run homer for Shoemaker.
Like you said, it just hits different this year. The offenses that we've seen across the country exploding, and Shoemaker, top of this lineup, top of the list here. The power that we see from her consistently day in and day out. First at bat had a pitch in a similar location, had a hard hit down the line. This one is low and away, and she finds a way to get that launch angle underneath. The way that she's able to get that arrow underneath that ball, quickly sends it out of the park over towards the pitcher's bullpens. I mean, I love that celebration from her.
She hit a school record 22 last season, now 18 in her sophomore year, and she is now #1 in school history in career homers. Top 10, pardon me.
Most sophomores, whenever they have such a successful freshman year, sophomore year, you can put that kind of pressure on yourself, and not so with her. She's playing so free, and again, to your point, top 10, and she's only a sophomore. Her year isn't even over yet. And with the pace that Florida has been scoring, they've putting up really tough case for Georgia Tech to come back and beat them, not just once, but twice. In Florida, they are looking to advance to a Supers And again, the Women's College World Series.
Just mentioned how that double play could have potentially aided Georgia Tech. And in 2 hitters, Florida is now up 3-zip.
Well, in a way it did. It could have been bases loaded. It could have had maybe runners on second and third instead of the lone runner. Especially this top half of the lineup that has so much power whenever you have the Shoemaker and Erickson duo. Hey, fans
102
know.
on the year.
They know what the tally is for home runs. Whenever I look around the country and the teams that are in the tournament still that have those kinds of power numbers, UCLA, Oklahoma, and Florida. Those 3 teams consistently all year have shown those power numbers. Have they won every single one of their games? No. Have there been moments where you're like, I don't know how this is going to go? And the tying denominator between those 3 also has been the question mark in the bullpen. But whenever you have a team that scores that many runs in a game, you always have a chance. And in postseason, we just saw it with Texas Tech, scoring runs. If you can score runs, you got yourself a ball game. Doesn't matter how big the lead is.
That's the 3rd walk today as well for Tim Walton's team. So they are prolific, they're patient. They drew 9 walks against Georgia Tech pitchers yesterday. So they pick up right where they left off. Ava Brown is the 3-hitter from Montgomery, Texas. Nicole, they just simply thrive. They won 48 games in the regular season. There's only 5 other teams in America with more coming into the tournament. Finished 3rd in the rugged SEC. They have had a winning formula and a roster that can not only get to OKC, but can compete for another championship, one would think. That's in for a strike. And again, as a top 8 national seed, if they ultimately advance today, whoever they're playing, they would play next weekend, they're going to do it right here in Gainesville. Two-two. Brown clobbers it, but foul. Some exit velo right there. That's squaring up a softball.
Tim Walton talking about Ava Brown and the way that she has been at this postseason. Her barrel has been finding the ball. There must be some kind of magnet attached to it. The way that she has been hitting has just been phenomenal. And I think it comes down to whenever you get to this point in the season, not only is it reps, yes, those play a big part. Brown not having as much reps as the rest of the team, but locking in mentally, competing mentally. That's where has been so good.
Oh, good pitch that time to get her. First strikeout for Johnson. The inning comes to a close, but Taylor Shoemaker gives the home team a 3-run lead.
Florida Gators, they came out swinging in a hurry, and they have the lead. They want to get back to a supers.
3-0 Florida. Started the third. Georgia Tech in its first regional final since 2010. Eileen Morales is now here with us. Coach, before we touch on today's game to this point, yesterday, clutch hits from Willer, a pinch hit 2-run homer from Gailey. How critical were those big hits and yesterday's game in general to get to this stage?
Yeah, right. Your best players have to show up in the big moments, and so those were huge moments. We kept battling, and we were just continuing to stay present, and so really proud of them and just the whole team's fight. Madeline, threw a gem again and gave us a shot.
Coach, you hear a lot of teams talk about being present, and for each team it looks different. It's set up different, but what did y'all say yesterday that you need to take into today's game to be present and be back in this game?
Right, you get this opportunity. A lot of people are, on their couch right now. We're here. So embrace that, enjoy it, be grateful, and I want to shout out my coaching staff. They have worked their butts off to help us get here. Aaron, Megan, Devin, they've been phenomenal, and we wouldn't be there without a great support system. So enjoy the moment, embrace it, and love what you do.
Obviously, congrats on reaching the stage. Good luck today.
Thank y'all. Sting 'em.
Second straight appearance in this regional for the Yellow Jackets. Megan Hill, she mentioned. Aaron Dixon, her pitching coach. Devin Boland handles a lot of the hitting.
I mean, it really is a staff effort to get to this point. And you look at what the past 2 years Georgia Tech they've been able to do, and then this year.
Emma Simon, lazy pop-up, there's one out. It's very important, Nicole, for the program to have fought to reach this stage. They won that Friday game in impressive fashion. Johnson, a complete game victory. She does the same against Texas State yesterday late afternoon in that elimination game. Another complete game victory. There's only been one other player in Georgia Tech postseason history to log multiple complete game wins, and that was a former player of the year that Morales played with, Jessica Salinger, back in the mid-2000s. That's elite company that Johnson just joined. Today, though, the Gators have gotten to her a few times in the early innings, and the Yellow Jackets bats are trying to solve the Rothrock, Rubik's Cube.
Look at how this tournament is unfolding, not just here, but across the country. The upsets, the tight games, the comebacks. You look at the body of work Georgia Tech put in all year long, and Morales herself said this is one of the toughest seasons that she's put together schedule-wise. So being able to go from, I don't know if we're going to be able to even make the tournament, to not only did we make it, we are in the regional final. The belief from this Georgia Tech team, from the gauntlet that they've put in.
Let's remind you, the Women's College World Series, it returns May 28th to Oklahoma City. Go to ncaa.com for more information as this tournament unfolds. We've got, at the start of today, 32 teams left standing. Every regional site sent 2 teams home yesterday. It'll be down to 16 after today. 1-0 to Willer, who walked her first time up. Takes that for a strike. Only 2 base runners for the Yellow Jackets have reached on the walk. Duffel, the latest. Next weekend, best 2 out of 3. For the 16 teams, we'll have 8 super regional sites. Rothrock
Really
has
good
missed
pitch by
close, yeah, a
Rothrock.
couple of times this inning.
But we've seen on both sides, for both Rothrock and Johnson, pitches that they want. I think this is where the maturity comes in. You could see the emotion erupt from Johnson after not getting those calls, where I do understand the frustration of that looks like a strike. That crossed the zone, versus Rothrock. She nods, she says, okay, and she's probably like, hey, that was a strike. But the very next pitch, she's right back at it, and you don't see her emotion.
She mentioned it to you a couple of days ago. The key to a lot of my success is the short-term memory, being able to move on. She's trying to do it here. She's worked the count full to Willer. Fouls it back. That time came in on the hands. 68 on the gun. And Rothrock reared back for that one.
The speed that she's able to throw, and then it's tight and in at knee pitch on that inside corner. One of the toughest pitches to foul off. It's a good battle.
Swing and a miss. There's 2 out. First strikeout of the day for the dominant ace from Indiana.
Rothrock not afraid to go right back to her. Little bit higher in the zone, making her guess with her swing. You saw how that barrel was underneath. Whenever you have that speed, the same location, and you just elevate it slightly, that is where you get those swings and misses that Rothrock is so used to getting.
Medina bunts it. Erickson with the quick toss to first. Gators looking good halfway through the third in the regional final. So don't miss a minute of the action all day today on this regional final Sunday. The 7 innings live crew is going to take you from site to site, coast to coast, best live action, highlights, analysis, everything on this road to the Women's College World Series. Nicole, we have got our 64-team field whittled down to 32. How about the defense, by the way, to close out the side, the top half of the third? Erickson with those quick reflexes.
Well, it pays to have a catcher who's used to having quick transitions over there at first base. I mean, she moves so quickly. She was on a very well-placed bunt. Georgia Tech, they're known for their short game. I have to feel like that's a reason why we're seeing her at first base and not behind the plate. But defensive-wise, Florida, they're looking solid, like a unit. And the last few games before the regional started, there's been some hiccups. So it's good to see Florida back firing on all cylinders.
A little bit of a wake-up call was necessary, perhaps. Home third begins with Townsend Thomas hitting. That's the cleanup hitter. So she's knocked in a number of runs this weekend, including Florida's first run back at the opening frame. Drove one in against the Yellow Jackets yesterday as well. Bunts it. Can she beat it out? Tucker. Throw is late.
Taking it out of the handbook of Georgia Tech. The way that Thomas has been swinging, again, it's beneficial to have those high velos off your swing, because then you're able to do this. Your third baseman has to respect that, gives you a couple of steps behind, And the way that Thomas recognizes that, she's able to put that bunt down.
Cahalan with another bunt. Hunter's trying to grab it in time. They throw to second. It's late. Florida is just toying, the Gators toying with their prey right now. A couple of bunts.
That Florida Gator fan is fired up. He had two
Was that a
foam
pinky?
fingers.
That was a pinky is up. We have one index finger, one pinky.
Again, to that point, look at this defense. The corners, no one is anywhere near. That's a good eye by Hunter to look over at second base. That was a big lead by Thomas. Not able to hang on to it. But that would have been a bang-bang play.
Well, they're loaded now after that one hit Grover. Hunter's a little shaken. But the bases have very quickly loaded in this third inning. There's the double foam finger. That's I think it was Pinky. Pinky was out on one hand. Doesn't matter,
Like a
though.
double shaka.
Hopefully Hunter's okay.
I mean, the way that ricocheted, it hit not only the batter, but it hit the bottom half of the forearm of Hunter, and then comes up and almost hits her by the neck area. And just like that, some chaos and one errant pinch. Bases are loaded.
That's quick.
Look at that, 4 pitches in a hurry. We talked about Florida being aggressive. I think this takes it to an entirely different level. 4 pitches and you load up the bases. Not surprising to see Morales out here. And that comes with, again, the game trying to speed it up. Florida, they know what pressure feels like. They know what it does to defenses.
I mean, this is a make or break moment, you would think right now, for a team like Georgia Tech, perhaps in their season. Remember, it's a double elimination format. The Yellow Jackets took a loss yesterday to this Florida team. They had to play their way back into this regional final. So they've got to beat Florida twice today. They're down 3-0. You don't want this thing to get busted open too quickly. Look at the offensive numbers. I mean, they are relentless at the plate. Tim Waltons, as they describe themselves, tight-knit, close group. Cassidy McClellan hits with the bases loaded, the junior from Lakewood Ranch, Florida. She has 10 homers herself. One of a handful of Gators with double-digit homer seasons. Remember, for Florida, it's win in advance. All they have to do is win once. And if they do it here in the first game, that's it. They are regional champs, and they're moving on to the Supers. Thomas, Cahalan, Grover on the base paths. It's a mighty cut. Johnson with a good pitch. There's a bunt along the chalk. That's foul. Tucker jumped on it just as it crossed. It looked like it was starting to spin back into fair territory for a moment, so Tucker, in a very timely manner.
I think that's why you see Tucker reach down all of a sudden very quickly. She sees that spin, that ball wanting to come back over towards that fair territory. That was a good job by Thomas.
Swing and a miss, and there's one out. A big one from Johnson. So that time they don't execute the bunt, which they had done well this inning.
It was off speed down in the zone. Look at how dirty that pitch is. Way out in front. Catches her by surprise. Something that we haven't seen these Florida hitters be too often this game is out in front, caught off guard. And I think it's because of how early they've been swinging. 10 of these batters in this Florida lineup, or 10 times in this Florida lineup, hitters have swung at the first 2 pitches for Florida. They are aggressive.
Very aggressive. This one's along the chalk. Leschberg gets the out at first, but another run scores. And so Wesolowski, the junior from outside of Buffalo, makes it a 4-0 game. And there is still a couple of runners in scoring position. Those are 2 big outs for Johnson.
This is a perfect location. If you're going to get an RBI with bases loaded, it should be down the line, making your first baseman have to go to her bag. No opportunity for a double play or to throw that ball back to home.
Eileen Morales is making a change with 2 outs in the bottom of this third. Sydney Watts, who pitched 3 innings against Florida yesterday, is coming out of the bullpen trying to strand a pair in this winner go home regional final for the Jackets.
There is nothing like the Women's College World Series.
The Women's College World Series, it's where all the stars come out to play. Begins May 28th. Madeline Johnson out of the circle here in this third inning. 2 gone. There are 2 Gators on the base paths, and Sydney Watts is being asked to get a critical out. She faces the 9-hitter in this regional final game. Comia back at the plate, swings at the first offering. That's into the seats. Nicole, a run is in here in the third. The Gators have a 4-0 edge. It's a win and advance game for the Gators. So Watts, the sophomore from Youngstown, and these Jackets got to somehow find a way to come back here and win 2 games. Watts faced Florida yesterday, and she's out ahead of Comia, 0-2.
Has also faced him earlier this year. Earlier in the season, you thought Watts was going to be the ace. Did a good job handling Florida the first few innings, and then just some miscues took her out of the game mentally. And then within that inning, things escalate and spiral quickly. Florida offense has a way of doing that.
They loaded the bases.
She knows what she's going against,
Yeah.
and that is a huge advantage for a pitcher.
They loaded the bases on 4 pitches, Florida did this inning. Swing and a miss, inning over. 3 big outs in a row from Johnson and Watts. And so the Gators, they get 1, but only 1. It's 4-0. 4-0 Florida. Regional final. We start the fourth in a moment. Tim Walton is the longtime boss of these Gators, joins us. Coach, a good start today. I'm going to kind of go off track. I suppose understanding your answer here has to be brief, but 2 national championships. How in your 2+ decades you and your staff and your players transformed this program into a national powerhouse? How did you guys do it?
Well, I think that, one of the things I try to credit is the players. We got good players that buy into what we're doing. Number one, we got a great institution, so academically it's a great place to be. Good safe place to come to school. And then the softball piece is, the part that you get to do. It's enjoyment, but the hard work piece, I think that's been the biggest key, is buying in, getting people to want to be here and work really hard and just trust the process.
Coach, talk about good player Shoemaker. I mean, 2-run home run. She has been off the charts, but especially as a sophomore. What is it about her as a hitter that you love to coach? Not just you get to watch her in the games, but you get to coach and practice. What do you love about her as an athlete?
Yeah, well, she's a competitor. She really competes hard. There's nobody more disappointed in not driving in runs or not having great days than Taylor Shoemaker. So she's got the want, she's got the will, she's obviously got the tools. One of the best barrel-controlled hitters I've ever seen. So she does a really good job. And then she matches that with the work ethic piece. And but there's a lot of things. That's one thing about liking softball. She loves softball, and I think that's a huge piece to this.
Thanks, for doing
guys.
this. Good
Appreciate
luck.
it. Go Gators.
Tim Walton, the longtime head coach from California. Are those the Sunday? Is that a regional final? Bright, neon orange. Is that for the?
Those look like they have never been worn before.
Yeah.
Hey, Tim Walton is going to stand out. That's for sure. I wish we had more time. I love getting to talk to the coaches. I love those post-game interviews with the athletes, but really curious. Talks about barrel control. Wonder who he would say has a better barrel control. Obviously, Shoemaker, one of the best, but Amanda Lorenz, she is just one of the Gator greats. What she does at the plate, she's also going to be playing in the AUSL. There's 2 Gators that got drafted this year. So we're going to be seeing a lot of Gators this summer. But I'm curious which one he would pick.
Rothrock facing Grayson Tucker, start of the fourth, 4-0 Gators. All right, so you go back to those 2 national championships as well. And some of the studs on those teams, Lauren Hager, Kelsey Stewart, Hannah Rogers. One of our now on-the-air colleagues, Alicia Ocasio, was one of the stud pitchers that second championship, the second of the back-to-back.
She's up calling the Arkansas Regional. Should be a fun one here this Sunday. There's going to be so many good games all across the country. Kind of lucky that we had the first game earlier on in the day. Whether we go 1 or 2, there's always going to be games after us. So even after calling softball, I don't think I have enough. I'm going to have to tune in across the country.
This is Grover, and there's 1 out. It is hard to win 1. And this program won 2. Great images from the first of the back-to-back. The first ever, the breakthrough season in 2014. The dog pile in Oklahoma City. And they do it again a year later. They have been to so many national championship series. And they broke through in back-to-back years.
You notice all those pitchers, all those athletes wearing the sunflower. That is something that started in 2014. The tradition continues on, and I love the fact that Florida and Tim Walton, they make it more than just a game. And he was talking about that whenever he was talking about softball, something that you get to do. It's so fun because you get to do it because you love it, but that is not who you are as a complete whole. And I think that's why he's one of the best coaches, is he sees it holistically. It's not one-sided.
There is truth to that, isn't it? The players oftentimes take on the personality or persona of your coach, of your staff, the folks that set the tone. There's something to that. You think so?
Absolutely.
Leshberg trying to protect with 2 strikes.
I mean, I know this. I saw Tim Walton talk about taking on the persona. Tim Walton on Thursday with the practice for Florida started off the practice with a massive home run. I mean, it's no surprise that this offense follows in those footsteps as well. We saw it earlier, but they average 7.7 runs per game. And then you have a pitcher that can come in on the other side and just shut down the other team's offenses. Right now, Florida has just been shaping up in such great form. I mean, Rothrock, this is a rise ball that starts down at right above the knee and finishes right above the belt. That is what you want from your pitchers that can go 2 different levels.
She's quickly retired the first 2. Reese Hunter with nobody on. And Rothrock dialed in right now. These Tech hitters, they're 0 for 11 against her at the plate. The only 2 that have reached on walks. It's a win and advance. First regional final game for Florida, that is. All they need to do is just win 1. Meanwhile, for Georgia Tech, they've got to somehow climb the mountain today. And that task is trying to hand the Gators a pair of losses. It's happened before, of course. And there's a number of teams, national seeds, that are going to have to actually do that themselves today. Another 1-2-3 inning for Keegan Rothrock, who has thrown now 12 scoreless innings this weekend. Sunny, warm, with a chance of love bugs. Yes, these insects, they take over Florida this time of year. That is on the left. That is a screenshot of the stat broadcast image there. And the weather is a chance of love bugs, you see there. Georgia Tech players, coaches, doing their best to deal with these
swarms.
Enough messing
Swarms
around here.
is the
These
only
things
way.
are terrible. I can't stand these things. And
well,
so
lucky
April,
for us, it's
yeah.
peak love bug season here. And I can confirm Florida highways are, in fact, the hot spots for the swarms because I've driven through it multiple times. I did not know this, but University of Florida, apparently there's local legend has it that University of Florida was the one who created them to try and manage the mosquito population. Florida said, no, that's not true. They came from Texas. Of course, trying to blame it on my home state, but, you know, I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot here.
Nicole Mendez, conspiracy theorist.
Mythbuster?
We're going to get to the bottom of this one, evidently. Top of the order for Florida in this regional final against Sydney Watts, first full inning. It is. I think them being a nuisance. That's a bit of an understatement. We have seen there was some great images there.
I want to talk conspiracy theory. All the love bugs came in town. Morgan Wallen was in town the past 2 nights, Friday and Saturday. They sold out the football stadium down the street. I think the love bugs came from Morgan.
You're really trying to connect a lot of dots here. I think you might be a conspiracy theorist. 4-pitch walk, Shoemaker aboard. One could then stretch it out here where they engineered here to get under the skin of your opponent on the playing field.
See, now you're buying into the conspiracy.
I'm on board now.
Honestly, the way that Florida has been playing, you don't need love bugs to get underneath the skin. I just love the aggression that they've come out. You can tell they don't want to mess around with this first game. It could be easy to kind of take it off. Know that you have 2, but the way the hitters have come out, we saw Rothrock, huge strikeout in the middle, minimum face. They don't want to be in a situation where their season is on the line and they're playing in a win or go home. Like these national seeds here, you have Florida State having to face against a very good UCF team. Duke is another one. They're facing Arizona, who beat them earlier. And then Texas A&M having to play against Arizona State in their own regional. You and I got to call that regional last year. A&M was a #1 seed, got upset in their own regional, didn't get to advance. At risk again.
That was the first time that had ever happened for a #1 national seed. Erickson is retired, Brown to hit next. So A&M finds itself in a dubious position once again. Look alive, buckle up. You've got round 2 between Texas Tech and Ole Miss. The first game they delivered everybody was it's enough to last the fans in Lubbock a lifetime. That absolutely bonkers come from behind. I've never seen something quite that dramatic before.
8 runs with 2 outs.
In the 7th, they were down to their Texas Tech was down to their last strike. They were shut out for 6 2/3 innings.
Come back, tie it.
I don't know if how at any point that gets bested, maybe in this tournament. That's as wild as it gets.
Well, hey, don't count out the rest of May. This postseason, we've been talking about it. It is one of the most balanced brackets that we've seen in such a long time. And I think the proof is in the pudding. The regionals all throughout the year has been tight, has been competitive.
Watts has got to refocus. I think she was bothered that this one did not get the call. Wow, I don't blame her.
Over the middle. This is a strike all the way through. This is mid-thigh.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That's a whiff that time. And our umpires have been working extremely hard, diligently all weekend. But this is one where if you're Watts, you've mentioned this point before, as frustrating as that is, the only thing to do, you just have to find a way to flush it. Because there's 2 aboard and 1 out. Pinch runner for Florida, that's Matsuno over at first now for Brown.
Georgia Tech did the same thing to Azua, just getting her frustrated, getting her outside of her zone of her game. And it impacted after a long pause. Azua comes back, throws, and then you have the pinch hit home run. That really felt like it sealed the deal of Georgia Tech and their victory over Texas State. You don't want that same thing to happen here with 2 runners on.
Thomas, dangerous hitter into center. Medina's got to play it on a hop, and the mishandle is going to allow Shoemaker to score.
Big smile there from Thomas. This is a rip. Hard hit line drive. She goes up to get that one. You can almost see her jump up in the air. And then that miscue out there in center field by Medina. You could tell she was charging hard, thinking about diving for it. Ended up getting away from her. And again, the speed that you see from Florida, the aggressiveness of their base running Shoemaker, she ends up coming in.
I'm thinking Shoemaker probably scored. They probably would have sent her regardless.
That would have been a really close
yeah, it was
play.
Hit hard. Kendall Grover hits now after Cahalan was retired. That one's past Hunter. And now 2 are in scoring position. So here's Florida. Theoretically, you're a hit away from going ahead 7-0 in the 4th.
Rise ball that gets way out of the zone. You could see Hunter set up for a low pitch. Not expecting that one.
If you're Georgia Tech, probably feels like everything's working against you, but they've got to find a way to shut the door here and get out of this with just the 1-run damage. Kendall Grover, senior from Mooresville, Indiana. She's reached base safely in all 3 games this weekend. Done it in a variety of ways. She's got a hit, couple of walks, been hit by a pitch.
I'll take it however I can get it. I just want to get on base. I want to pass a bat. I want more runs to come in for my team.
Favorable count for a 3-1, and takes that one right down the middle for a strike. So that was a pitch to hit.
If you're Grover with that 3-1, that is the best count that you want to have. And we were just talking about how aggressive Florida hitters have been. If you get a pitch over the middle like that, you want to go after that. Don't want to be too picky.
Swings and lofts it. It's playable for Medina. So another run comes home, but only 1. It's time for Georgia Tech to get the bats going. They're down 5-0. We've got some win and advance and win or go home games all across the country from all 16 sites. Our 7 Innings Live crew is going to take you from moment to moment across the nation here as we whittle the field down from 32 to 16 today. Take a look at that line score. The Gators are 1 win away from advancing to the Super Regionals. Keegan Rothrock, you think her family's enjoying that?
Well, you just saw them there on the screen. Her dad has the 2 foam fingers.
Double foam, here it is. Oh, he's getting them ready to go.
He is locked in.
Keegan Rothrock is the junior from Whiteland, Indiana. She has been the dominant, trusted, battle-tested All-American for this Gators team for 3 years now. Burst onto the scene back in 2024 as a rookie, was one of the stars of that College World Series semifinal run for the Gators. Last year, you could say faced some adversity, dealt with some setbacks, nagging injuries, didn't quite post the same electric numbers as her first year, but this season has returned to All-American form. Paige Vukadinovich bounces one slowly over to Grover. It has been a fabulous day for Rothrock. Better yet, a weekend. An entire weekend for her. So it is 12 shutout innings for Rothrock. She has started all 3 games. Listen, if Florida advances, we may see the same thing next weekend. And she could start all 3 super regional games, assuming they get there, assuming it goes 3 games. Tim Walton, when we talked to him a couple of days ago, you could very much sense the maybe tenseness, so to speak, regarding the limitations his pitching staff has faced this year. And that's because Ava Brown, who you pointed out a number of times, she was supposed to be their true number 2 in the circle and has been a super reliable pitcher for several years. A lower body injury to Brown back in late February forced her not just out of the lineup, by the way, for a little bit, this two-way player, but she has thrown just 1/3 of an inning since late February. And so there has been a lot placed on Rothrock's shoulders and several others like Oxley, Stevens, others. We saw them pitch on Friday. I got the sense Walton knew that his team has faced some, the staff has been dealt with some limitations. It's been strained, it's been stretched. And that's generally been Rothrock, essentially, who is top 15 of the nation in innings pitched this year. So she's logged a lot this season.
Well, one thing that we've spoken on with her is the maturity and the mental toughness that has developed now as a junior.
The hitter is jammed. Gailey's out.
And with that comes, hey, you have to do what you have to do. Whatever happens, you have to find a way to get it done. You have to lock it in. And Gators today, Rothrock doing her best in the circle. It's been looking pretty good. And then Shoemaker, 2-run home run. And then the rest of the offense, they've fallen right behind that leadoff hitter. And then for Georgia Tech, it has just been held silent, held silent, held silent. The adjustments are not quick enough. You always feel like Florida has just been one step ahead.
She's faced now 18 hitters. She's retired 16 of them, has allowed 2 walks. This dominant day continues for the Rock. Double play. Swing and a miss for the dominant ace. There it goes. Goodbye. All Florida in the first of what Georgia Tech is hoping to be 2 games today, this regional final round. The Gators have the upper hand. If they close it out here in this first game, it advances, and then it waits to see who it faces. Is it going to be Texas Tech? Are they rejuvenated? Yeah, I would think so. It's going to be a rematch here with Ole Miss. Gators back at the plate in the bottom half of the 5th inning. 7, 8, and 9 due up for these Gators. They have had an array of base runners on in every inning. It has scored in every inning. Madeline Johnson, who started this one, and Sydney Watts, who is in the circle now. You got to give them credit that they have found a way to limit the damage. However, they're still down 5-zip. Medina with a nice play to make that catch in shallow center. Wesolowski and Comia to hit next. And the problem is for Georgia Tech, you see the score. We've showed you the line score. Keegan Rothrock has had him bedeviled today. They have been shut out. If you're, we've talked about the Texas Tech vantage point. If you're Ole Miss, there is a level of, you know, I guess I don't care how elite of an athlete you are, there is a level of shell shock after a game like that. Now, Ole Miss did demonstrate it could bounce back. They knocked Boston University out after the that tormenting loss. Just got to find a way to try to best the national seed again today. They're going to have to beat them twice. You're up 8-0 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. You're not even thinking about a comeback. You're thinking about, all right, they're going to have to get us twice tomorrow. Who we pitch? That's as wacky as it gets.
Well, regardless, whoever comes out of this regional final here in Gainesville, they're either facing a Texas Tech team. While they have struggled recently, they were the favorite to win the Big 12 tournament, ended up getting knocked out by Arizona State, who is also having Texas A&M on the ropes. But you have another fellow SEC foe that you haven't faced this year with Ole Miss. Florida and Ole Miss, they have not matched up in conference play this year. So being able to see what's on the other side if you're Florida, if you maintain the score on this game.
Does Eileen Morales' team have a Red Raider-esque comeback in store for us today? They need it. So 2 quick outs. Nice stuff here from Watts. She has retired 4 in a row and has only given up the 1 hit since she came out of the bullpen in the 3rd. However, that hit did allow a Florida run to score. This is all you can do. Just complete the task right in front of you. And they're trying to go to the 6th inning within 5 runs. They were held yesterday to just 4 hits in that game against Florida and Rothrock. So that has been a difficult puzzle for the Yellow Jackets hitters to solve. And it's not just them. Join the club. There's been a lot of teams that have struggled against Rothrock. So did that one hit Comia? I didn't think it hit her. Comia certainly is. She's down the first base line. Did that get the elbow?
She's saying that it hit her in the forearm, in that back arm there, but
umpires are huddled together, by the way.
Watts was pretty insistent that no, that didn't touch her. But Comia running over almost right away down first baseline. This is going to come down to the umpires, and then if you want to challenge that, if you don't, want to challenge that if you're Georgia Tech. How much do you want to risk there, especially with 2 quick outs? But it won't come down to that. They'll take her back.
Walton actually, yeah, he just basically asked Comia and said, are we challenging this or not? She gave him the green light.
Feelings that the pitched ball was a ball, did not hit the batter. Florida will challenge that for hit by pitch. That play will be under review.
All right, so by the way, this is what's critical. We just saw Mike Burwell call Comia back to the plate. So in my eyes, that means the call on the field is no hit by pitch.
And you're looking
Is there
at
anything
that
conclusive?
back arm. From this angle, it's so hard to see. I almost want to say no. I don't really see it. Hitting that back forearm. I think this is the angle where you may see something, but I don't know if it hit her or if she felt that tail end of the ponytail kind of slap that forearm. But if, again, there has to be enough evidence to overturn. I feel like there needs to be a little bit more. I want to see the ball go in a different direction, get deflected a little bit more. I don't know. I don't feel like there was enough to overturn.
Has to be something definitive and conclusive to point to.
To overturn what was on the field.
Correct. I would agree. You can make a number of cases here. Does Hunter mishandle this one because it by a fraction edges off of the forearm? I guess, but once again, you need something definitive to point to. It's not just about what the theory is here. So I wouldn't be surprised as well if they came out and said the call stands, meaning we do not have anything conclusive to suggest that she did get hit.
Well, regardless, Comia, she's feeling pretty good, feeling pretty confident. Nothing but
Well,
smiles
she's going to
and
get another.
singing.
Yeah, the worst case here is you get a chance to hit again.
After further review, the call on the field will stand. If it's not hit by pitch, it'll be 2 balls on the batter.
Yeah, so there you go. Comia back at the plate with 2 outs here for Watts.
Huge advantage for Watts here, getting that call to bring her back. You feel like Georgia Tech really hasn't had a break gone their way. This might be the first one all game.
You want to revise that? That was another close one. So it's 3-0. That's low, and so Comia ultimately does draw the walk. It's a 2-out base runner. So the Gators have had a runner on in all 5 innings now. They have scored a run in the first 4. Watts is trying to throw a 0 up there. Back in the second, Taylor Shoemaker blasted her 2nd homer of the weekend. Hits this one hard towards right, and Vukadinovic was placed perfectly there in the gap to record the final out. Still 5-0 Gators in the regional final. Capital One rewarding performance. It is Keegan Rothrock's excellence this weekend.
I mean, phenomenal outing. We said it in the open. I have to say it again. Keegan Rothrock has been on an entirely different level. Not only effective, but so efficient. She has been lights out with her rise ball. Her batteries behind the plate. Every single time she gets a strikeout, you'll go see her go give a little handshake to her catchers. 4 hits, 46 batters faced, 0 earned runs. That right there is dominance, and you want your pitcher shaping up into some of her best stuff all year as you're going deeper into the postseason. That's what we've seen from her.
I'm not sure if you had a strong opinion one way or the other about what Florida could achieve this postseason, maybe coming into the weekend. Duffel is out here to start the 6th inning, but I wonder from what you've seen right now. Look, every team out of the SEC is very strong. They're all capable of making runs to Oklahoma City. Is there anything that you're going to take away from this weekend for Florida in terms of what their upside is this postseason?
I take away probably 3 of the biggest things is first, the efficiency. How fresh by winning all their games, not having to go extra long, over 100 pitches, just very efficient every single game, not even being able to share the load with the rest of her staff. We're going to have a very fresh Rothrock come Supers. If the score still stands and Florida wins this game, they advance to the Supers and they get to host at home. Second thing, though, is the defense. That has been questionable. There have been some big mistakes that they have made. Florida all year long, though, they have been so strong defensively. That is something that Tim Walton prides himself on, but it has caused an impact late in SEC, late in conference play, and then the conference tournament. So to see them just firing in all cylinders, saw some really good plays over by Erickson at first with some bunts. That, to me, says a lot, especially whenever you have one arm, you're going to get those hits. Can your defense make those plays? And then the last thing, I think, is the way that the offense has come through in multiple different parts of the lineup. It's been Shoemaker, it's been Erickson, it's been Cahalan. We've even seen Comia, a huge hit earlier in the game today. You have a complete lineup. You have a chance to win any game against any pitcher.
What an afternoon for Rothrock. Speaking of firing on all cylinders. Now, that was the 3rd walk she has issued today. A 1-out base runner for Georgia Tech. They need something to go their way. It's the top of the order again against Rothrock. Here's the 2-hitter, Holly Medina.
This is the best part of the lineup, and also the 3rd time through. So first time through, you're just trying to adjust. Second time, see if that next adjustment sits, but 3rd time, you know exactly what is coming your way.
Medina has put it into play twice, but a couple of hard ground outs. Into the gap in right center, long run, Shoemaker's got it. 2 gone.
And that's another sign of that defense. Shoemaker shifting over to center field. She's been able to make some plays, has that closing speed. That ball, a lot of times we'll see it drop. It's a flare, but the speed, being able to get in and make that catch just closes off any momentum that this Georgia Tech team is trying to build here in these late innings.
No play for Grover. They have been stifled for nearly 6 innings today against Rothrock. And the same happened yesterday in the 8-0 shutout win. These Yellow Jackets suffered at the hands of Florida. Gators, they're in win and advance territory today in the final. Rothrock, by the way, the last time she started 3 consecutive games and got the decision in all 3 of those games too was the Super Regionals last year. And Florida punched its ticket to a 2nd straight World Series. So this is the first time she's had to do it this year. Again, start 3 straight in 1 weekend, that is. That's 3 straight starts, 3 days in a row.
She very well could be doing the same thing next weekend.
I think so. 1-2 to Tucker. There it is. Little tight.
A lot of displeasure from the crowd, but we know that this zone is tight. This zone is making these pitchers move their ball over the middle of the plate, bring it back over. As a hitter, I'm not giving Rothrock anything. That's a pitch that I probably don't want to swing at. I don't know if that's going to get called.
So Tucker has worked the count full. Grayson Tucker hitless today, but she has had some big hits this weekend for Georgia Tech. Certainly the future is bright, you would think, for these Yellow Jackets. 2nd straight tournament. Tucker just a redshirt sophomore. So regardless, yeah, how it shakes out today.
That Morales has really developed her young players from February to now. They have just looked completely different from the team that they were back in February. So 2 walks this inning give Georgia Tech 2 base runners. And this is at a point, the sun is out, the humidity is going to love bugs. They're flying everywhere. But this is where, if you're Florida, you want to see this game get closed out. You want to see your pitcher finish this game. You want to see your hitters make those adjustments. Talking about making adjustments, you can see defense chatter right there with Tim Walton in his infield. Talked about how much he prided himself on his defense and how important it is, from spending several hours in it almost every day, every week. But he's talking not just defense, but setups, situations, tendencies. All helps defenders put themselves in the best position to receive those balls.
It's a real threat right now from Georgia Tech. And the time has got to be now. Down 5-0 in this win or go home game for Georgia Tech. Addison Leshber, 13 homers on the season. Hard-hitting senior from Thrall, Texas. Rothrock starts her out with a strike. So again, the only base runners to reach today for Georgia Tech have reached on walks. McInnes pinch runs for Tucker. All the rest of the hitters 0 for 17 against Rothrock today. But the Yellow Jackets, they're finally threatening. First time today they've had multiple runners on. Swing and a liner. Thomas, cover and ground. It is down, a base hit. 1 run scores. Here comes McInnes. It's a 2-out, 2-run double. And the Jackets are on the board in the 6th. They needed it in the worst way. Their first hit comes at a big moment late in this game.
Well, to your point, you put runners on base and then you leave a ball over middle. That, against one of the most lethal hitters in that Georgia Tech lineup, that is a recipe for disaster. 4 walks on the day, 2 have come on this inning. Man, she is fired up. Leschberg knows it's those swings, the compact swings, taking advantage of any mistakes left over the plate. And besides that hit that we just saw, that double, the only other batter this game to have a hard hit off of Rothrock, was a line drive that was caught, is Hunter. So you have back-to-back hitters right now that have momentum on their side.
Reese Hunter, another one of those senior leaders. This very poised, measured catcher from Roswell, Georgia. Grew up not far from campus. Spent the last 4 years in downtown Atlanta wearing that jersey with a lot of pride. So he gets popped up. That's going to go over the netting. Boy, the walks, they opened the door for Leschberg to really square one up. And Wesolowski is going to go talk to Rothrock. The first hit of the afternoon. So it was 5 2/3 no-hit innings for this bound-to-be 2-time All-American. I think it's very safe to say she'll be back on one of those teams when they are released in the coming weeks.
Well, you just saw that timeout, like you mentioned, between Rothrock and Wesolowski, giving her towel to Rothrock. It is hot right now in Gainesville.
Hunter got jammed, but Georgia Tech does get 2 very critical runs. They've got 3 outs left in this regional final, but they're a little closer now. Leschberg with the big blast to left.
Capitalizes on that hit. And Georgia Tech, they are right back in this game, not going down without a fight.
Regional finals today in Gainesville, but then later on in Lubbock. The winner of these 2 battles will face off in the Super Regionals next week. Are they going to be here on the campus of the University of Florida? Ole Miss is trying to make it consecutive Super Regional appearances. Remember their spirited run in the postseason a year ago? Texas Tech, the national runners-up from a year ago, dropping that dramatic, tense, 3-game series to your rival Texas last year. They got a scare from the Rebels, more than a scare. They were in the coffin yesterday, somehow busted out of it. And so, again, the stakes there, Georgia Tech and Ole Miss would have to beat these national seeds twice today in order to advance to the Supers. Goes without saying, the odds are against you. Florida in control. And right now here in Gainesville, Nicole, they are 3 outs away from advancing.
As the saying goes, put the final nail in the coffin. If you don't, there's a chance for a team to come back. That's what Texas Tech did yesterday to advance, putting themselves in a great position. But Florida today, they're up 5-2 right now, but they had the chance to put the quote-unquote nail in the coffin, left multiple runners on multiple times with less than 2 outs throughout this game, and easily could have scored 3 more. Just didn't put that final nail in the coffin in last inning. Two runs came across.
Medina has covered a lot of ground in center this weekend for Georgia Tech. Runs down that Erickson line drive. Yeah, the Gators have left at least a runner on in all 5 innings. And in the first 4, they left several on base at the end of each of those first 4. So they have had the pressure on Georgia Tech. Now the Yellow Jackets have some rejuvenated life, you would think, after scoring 2 runs in the top half of the 6th. Still up against it, obviously, or they will be in the top half of the 7th, but coming back from 3 down is obviously a little easier than 5 down.
There's just 8 runners left on base for Florida throughout this game. We're just now getting to the 6th inning.
You know, after Friday's action, you described Florida as, and by the way, this is not always the case for national seeds. It is never a guarantee or, well, they're just going to roll their competition. That is not a guarantee year to year and site to site. And I remember you put it on Friday, they just looked very detail-oriented and laser-focused in every facet. And as you know, that's not a guarantee. Postseason time. There's so much adversity. There's a lot happening, many games that you're playing. Have you felt you've seen that consistently now through almost 3 games for the Gators?
Absolutely. And it's just been in the last few innings where the hot heat has been getting to them. I don't know if it has been, oh, well, we've had a big lead, but just kind of seen them wander from that high laser focus that we've seen all regional long.
Temperatures in the low 90s. I've got the real feel here is feeling like it's 104.
And we saw it with
weather
Rothrock.
always kind of.
And weather, that is a factor, but at the end of the day, both teams are having to deal with it.
Yeah. It's humid.
Whenever it
So
used to
Brown
play
works to walk.
at Oklahoma, Patty Gasso, her famous line would be, but would we play in this? And if so, why are you complaining? Because you would have to do it anyways. And that's the mindset that you have to have if you're Georgia Tech, if you're Florida, is would we play in this? I mean, Appage, another one on that corner line. We've seen both pitchers have to go back over the middle of the plate. And that is something that you don't want to do if you're a pitcher. Watts definitely not wanting to come back over the plate. But again, you have to find a way. Whether it's weather, whether it's the strike zone, would you play in this? And at the end of the day, this is the umpire behind the plate. You have to find a way to get it done. Dwelling on it will not change the facts.
Yeah.
And in fact, those look like great pitches. But also fact, they're not calling it. So if you try to continue to go there, you're going to get the same result.
Boy, Watts is very animated right now. You know, Morales, there has been some frustration for Georgia Tech pitchers, yeah, on both sides as well.
I'm a Florida batter, I'm saying I'm waiting for that pitch where she has to bring it back over the plate. That is what I'm looking for, those pitches that are plated, maybe not even over the middle of the plate, but middle out, middle in. I know I'm going to get those because she's not getting the corner.
Townsend Thomas slaps that foul. Thomas today, 2 for 2. She's driven in a pair of runs. So she's now 4 for 7 at the plate this weekend with 5 RBIs. Thomas has been opportunistic and has capitalized when she's had the opportunities. Bunts it, that's foul.
Love that look from Thomas, and she handles this pitch very well. It's just whenever she goes up to bunt, that barrel, the angle of it, that front hand, the knob is just pushed too far in front, and that angle is just facing foul. She's able to bring that barrel closer towards her body. That angle shifts over, and she's going to get that bunt down, and with her speed, I think she would have been safe. You can see whenever she touches it, she brings that barrel back, that angle too far.
Now the 1-2, that's low. The task for Watts in this bottom of the 6th inning is get out of it unscathed. The Yellow Jackets are down 3 with one last chance in the top half to keep their season alive. So Thomas has worked it full. Thomas chased it, got a piece of it.
Good or bad. Good battle there by Thomas. Looks like Hunter just missed her sign. Asked for it to be resent again. Definitely don't want to be mixed up behind the plate on this 3-2 pitch.
Watts rocks, delivers it. That's bounced over to the right side. Nice shuffle to second for 1. So Duffel records the first, make it the second out. 2 away.
Duffel staying down on this ball makes this look easy.
Yeah.
She shaded up the middle. She's expecting a hard hit up the middle. It was a hard hit, all right, but it took her 1 or 2 steps over towards her left. And the way that she keeps her hand down, makes it a quick toss, doesn't try to turn around and throw. She knows she needs to be quick if there's any possible chance at a double play.
Now 2 strikes on Cahalan, who homered yesterday against Watts. It was on the 11th pitch of a very tense at-bat early in that game. That was an 8-0 run rule victory for Florida. Even looking at it from that perspective, this game has been much tighter compared to how yesterday unfolded. But the Gators are still in the driver's seat. 0-2. Long run, Willer chasing. Willer's got it. Florida is still 3 outs away from advancing to the Supers. One last chance for the Jackets next.
Exclusively on ESPN, 40-plus NCAA championships. Confetti rains. Nets are cut. Joy erupts. Hardware is hoisted. History happens here on ESPN, home of NCAA championships.
The number 6 national seed, Florida, is inches away from taking that next step on the road to Oklahoma City. This double elimination regional round, it has had the upper hand, pair of run rule victories, and now the Gators, who have been in OKC 3 out of the last 4 years, they are 3 outs away with a 5-2 lead in the 7th. Keegan Rothrock, their battle-tested go-to All-American arm, went 5 2/3, no hit innings before finally allowing a hit and a couple of runs in the 6th. It's the only runs she has allowed in 3 starts this weekend in the regionals. Paige Vukadinovic, Jaden Gailey, Emma Simon, 6, 7, and 8 in the Georgia Tech order. Due up here, the last shot for the Yellow Jackets. They just scored 2 in the top half of the 6th. Can that be some sort of late game momentum for Georgia Tech, who's already taken 1 loss to these Gators earlier in the weekend? There's 1 out. And is it going to be one last go around here for these seniors? Addison Leshmer is one of them. Reese Hunter, Paige Vukadinovic, Jaden Gailey about to hit. We saw Hillary pitch this weekend. Now, several of those seniors are longtime program vets, just like Gailey, who spent 4 years in downtown Atlanta. They have worn that uniform with a lot of pride. But for these seniors, unless something turns around quick, not only impressive careers, but a very impressive season is maybe coming to a close. The Jackets, they got hot late in the year, won a critical series against Virginia Tech, played well in the ACC tournament. Eileen Morales said, we didn't know if we were going to hear our name called. We knew if we made this field, we were going to be one of the last teams in the field. They were. They have made the most of this postseason opportunity, their first regional final appearance in more than a decade and a half. And so the program is, yeah, Nicole, I think it's on a right trajectory right now after having made consecutive tournaments now.
I think that's something that was a goal for Morales whenever she created this gauntlet of a schedule for Georgia Tech, is in conference, out of conference. She wants her team to be tough, and you have to be tough to fight for one of those last spots. You have to be tough to find your way into a regional final.
Well, Madeline Johnson, their sophomore ace, carried them to this point with consecutive complete game victories. Only other Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket to do that was Morales' old teammate in the mid-2000s, Jessica Salinger, a former ACC Player of the Year. But they have run into the Gators. The Gator buzzsaw yesterday got run ruled by Florida. They are down to their last 2 outs, not over yet. They have got to somehow rally against Rothrock. Tim Walton, the squad, inches away from taking that first step in the postseason. Gailey has fouled off a number of pitches, does not chase, so the count is even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Right there, that has been the story today. Keegan Rothrock, this All-American.
To your point, Rothrock has been the story. She has been so good, so efficient. And if you are Georgia Tech, you have to be in it. You have to play every single pitch, because Rothrock, she's playing every single pitch. She has been competing.
Swing and a miss. There's 2 out.
There's that competition that we love to see from her. is going at this hitter again and again and again and finding new ways to get strikes, and then you finish with the screwball low and away right at the knees. I mean, nothing more special than getting that strikeout. Parents and that first 2 rows behind you in front of a home crowd.
Emma Simon takes a strike. Counts 2-1.
Sometimes that last out, the hardest one to get. We saw it with Ole Miss. Texas Tech able to score 8 runs, come back to win. But right now, as a pitcher, last out, have to go and attack. Starting to see Rothrock just speed up her pace in between pitches, back and forth, back and forth. And I think this is why we're going to see Wesolowski. She's calling time, just talking to her pitcher, even if she's not really saying anything too meaningful or too special. Regardless, she is slowing down her pitcher's pace. So right now, I think she's just saying, hey, you got this. You have been dominating all game long. This is what I'm seeing. What pitch do you want? Let's go back and get back into this at-bat. 3-1 here, you and me.
She posted the complete game shutout victory yesterday against Georgia Tech. She's trying to make it back-to-back complete game wins to send her team to the Super Regionals. Inside corner for a strike, and Georgia Tech down to their last opportunity here.
Absolutely painted on the corner. That's a pitch that I'm not surprised you're thinking this is ball 4 because it's not been called all game long.
That's right.
But to get that pitch, full count here.
Nevertheless, they're a strike away. Rothrock deals ball 4. And so Georgia Tech has got another chance. That's the 5th walk that they have drawn against one of the best arms, and not just the SEC, but the nation as well. Maddie Duffel is the freshman from Sonoya, Georgia, so she will hit. We have seen stranger things this weekend. Swing, a liner, out to Thomas. She's got it. Ball game over. It's another complete game victory for Rothrock. And it launches Florida back to the Super Regionals next week, right here in Gainesville.
Florida is the first team to punch their ticket to the Supers this weekend. They are going to be looking ahead to see who gets out of that Lubbock Regional. Texas Tech and Ole Miss are going to match up later, but just a phenomenal piece of work by Rothrock, and what she was able to do is keep her team in it. Compete, compete, compete. And that is not just a story of what's been happening this regional, but all across the country. Is who wants it more. Today, Florida, they brought it.
And behind Rothrock's one hitter, they got enough run support. They scored early, they scored often. And they make it a nice, clean, and tidy 3 games, 3 wins to advance to the Supers. Tim Walton's team, they climbed the mountaintop twice, back in 2014 and 2015. Is this the start of another one of those runs back to the pinnacle? Meanwhile, Georgia Tech's strong end to this season, it ultimately is over. Madeline Johnson was a stud. The work that she did in the circle is the reason why Georgia Tech reached its first regional final in 16 years. However, the Gators, too much, too strong, too much Rothrock. And it was not one, but 2 complete game victories for the All-American ace. Her 29th win of the season, which is second most in the nation.
All those stats to say she was really good. That's the only way to describe her. Just a lot of swings and misses. And again, the maturity that she has had to step into, the role that she has taken on in the circle this year for Florida. She's really put her stamp on the name. And right now, she's ready to put the stamp on regionals to advance to supers.
She's got the honors.
Game ball. And it's just been so fun to watch this team come out and dominate time and time again. Being able to share that in front of your friends, in front of your family, that moment just means the most. And again, the body of work that Tim Walton consistently has been able to do, how he has been able to put these teams together year after year after year, that speaks to the culture that the University of Florida has. It speaks to the commitment that Florida has. And also, I think it just speaks to the love for the game. That was something that he mentioned about Shoemaker, how she loves softball. It's not just playing softball, but she loves softball. This is something that's evident all throughout, not just his team, but the staff.
The one that ultimately did it and clinched it. A 7-inning complete game, one hitter. And you can see maybe an exhausted, a drained Rothrock pitched. Back-to-back complete games. Ultimately was in the circle for what, 15 of the 17 innings that Florida played this weekend.
Sigh of a relief for sure.
And so Tim Walton's team is moving on. And our player of the game here, player of the weekend really, Keegan Rothrock is here with us. Keegan, we appreciate you taking a moment to do this.
Yeah,
you were in the
for having
circle
me.
for 15 innings this weekend. You gave up just 5 hits. Why? How did you get it done? What was key?
I mean, this is kind of what you work for all season. This is what you do the finishers for. This is what the hard lifts are for. This is what the fall's for, really, is just to come out here in these hard moments where it is taking every single bit of blood, sweat, and tears to get through a hard regional and to just go get it done. But really, I wouldn't have been able to do it without my teammates. So it's them scoring the runs that allows me to go out there and be me.
Well, that's what makes it a team. I love that mindset that you have. But also, y'all are the first team to be able to punch their ticket to a supers. It has been, I don't know how much you've been keeping up, but it has been chaos all around the rest of the country. How good does it feel that you guys get to sit back in the AC this time and get to watch the rest of the country duke it out and know that you guys are one?
Oh, jeez.
Big surprise there. How did that ice bath feel? Kind of refreshing, maybe?
Okay, yeah. How did that feel, by the way?
Really refreshing. Yeah. Oh, it's hot out here. Could you repeat the question one more time?
I was trying to stall. I saw them running up from afar, and I was like, "Oh, we're gonna get the ice bath." But just how does it feel to be able to get that rest in early on in the day, and then just get to see some good softball being played across the country?
I mean, it's huge to be able to be done first and to go home and get some good sleep and to recover is huge. The recovery piece of this game, I think, is something that kind of gets overlooked sometimes. And for us to be able to go home and rehydrate, refresh, and get some good sleep tonight, I think is really, really important.
I know a caveat of this probably speaks to, well, this has just been our DNA all year, but you guys really played in a regional round that nothing is given here, and there's been a lot of chaos. You guys played focused, detail-oriented, just kind of take care of business softball. It looked that way. Did it feel that way this weekend for this group, and why?
Yeah, I mean, that's really what we focus the most on in practice is just being detail-oriented. It's making making the small things in practice to make those things out in a game just become routine. And for us, it's just focusing on the small things, but focusing on ourselves really and just not looking outside of our bubble and just playing Gator softball.
Terrific stuff this weekend. The consecutive complete game wins. Keegan here, great stuff. You guys are moving on towards perhaps another run to Oklahoma City. Congrats on advancing and good luck moving forward.
Thank you. Go Gators.
Yeah, Rothrock was wonderful. 15 innings in the circle of the 17 that Florida played, and she gave up just the 5 hits. That's all. One thing we know, somebody is going to play these Gators here at Presley Stadium next weekend. You know, best 2 out of 3 Super Regional. Will it be Texas Tech? Will it be Ole Miss? We're going to find out. So that does it for us in Gainesville. For Nicole Mendez and our entire great ESPN crew, I'm Kevin Fitzgerald saying so long from Gainesville, where the Gators have moved on again.